It's Sunday, which means it's recap time here on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast. The theme this week was the 3 biggest mistakes that people make in retirement, and that is according to Jeremy Keil. He was the guest host on this week. We did an interview, and if you want to see that full-length interview, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, Retire with Ashley. I really enjoyed talking with Jeremy, getting his perspective on mistakes that people make and how to avoid them. And I hope it was valuable for you too. But before I recap the week, I just want to bring you one final segment from our interview where Jeremy and I discuss some resources that you can check out, some really important resources that I think are really valuable as you're planning for your retirement, and especially to avoid some of these mistakes that he and I discussed. So we've touched on a few of the resources, the longevity calculator. Can you maybe talk about some resources that are available and kind of hit on those again that are available for people to look at their longevity, look at their Social Security and what might make sense, and think about the taxes a little bit?
The easiest thing you can do personally to estimate the length of your retirement is go to longevityillustrator.org. So that's a way to get a personalized estimate of how long you might be living in retirement. I'd encourage you just by seeing all the studies over time. It's over 10 years that they've been doing these studies that see that on average, you're retiring 3 years at a time. Just take that, and whenever you're going to retire, you're planning on retirement, just get ready 3 years at a time. And then when you're trying to get the most out of your Social Security, actually your longevity illustrator, your longevity estimate is going to help you out. Because a lot of times people say, well, what are the odds I'll actually make it to my break-even age? Well, here you go. Here's the literal odds of how long it'll take you to make it to the break-even age. And quite often those odds are much higher than you would expect. So that longevity illustrator, that better estimate of how long you might live in retirement is going to help you make a better Social Security decision. Although you ought to go to socialsecurity.gov, log in, get your own personalized Social Security estimate. Because all Social Security does is they take last year's earnings and they believe you're going to earn that all the way to age 70, and that's where they give you the numbers. And you hopefully know more about your own retirement plans than the government, where you know exactly what you earned last year, and maybe it's not going to be that exact amount throughout time. Maybe you're not going to work all the way till 67 or 70. So you can plug in and get your own personalized estimates. And if you get the numbers correct to begin with, you're going to be already far ahead. And when you're planning for the retirement taxes, I'm going to say it's tough to do on your own. Make sure you work with a retirement-focused financial advisor that's projecting out your full 30 years or whatever it is of taxes over time, and is keeping an eye on the specific years when you might be better off filing or paying your taxes by doing Roth conversions. Although just think in general, if you're a do-it-yourself investor, think in general, when are my taxes likely to be lower, and pay your taxes then so that you can help avoid those taxes later on. I've got a guidebook put together so you can go to avoidbigretirementmistakes.com, and it tells you even more details about all those. So that's avoidbigretirementmistakes.com.
Great. Thank you so much, Jeremy. This was a lot of fun and very informative.
Thank you, Ashley.
The most important takeaway from this week is that running the numbers and making informed decisions about retirement with your longevity in mind, especially with your longevity in mind, it's so important. The wrong decisions, especially when you stack those decisions up on each other. Like we talked about longevity, making sure that you have enough money for the number of expected years in retirement. And the taxes, Social Security, these things by themselves, if you make the wrong move or make the wrong decision, can be very costly. In many cases, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars of money in retirement that you would have otherwise had that you either gave away in taxes or gave away in less Social Security dollars, etc. And so when you stack up these decisions on each other, they can be very, very costly. So hopefully it was valuable for you this week in hearing Jeremy's perspective on everything from Social Security filing to taxes that, again, can mean the difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars in your retirement. So tomorrow, I'm going to start a brand new theme. I'm doing office hours again. So if you recall in May, it's your chance once again to pick my brain. I did this in May. It was very successful. You sign up for a Zoom call, and the number of participants is capped at 6 people. So for an hour, we discuss not only your most pressing question about retirement, but we'll discuss those questions for 5 other people as well. And so you'll receive customized guidance and feedback on your own question, but you get to also hear the perspective of other people as well, which can be so valuable. And I think it's rare that, you may not be comfortable talking with friends, but it's sort of like you're in a room and talking with people about similar issues and they're facing the similar decisions that you are. And it can be so valuable to kind of have that round robin discussion in looking at these burning, pressing questions for retirement. So I'll share more details about how you can sign up for that next week. And thank you so much for listening this week. I hope you enjoyed the interview. If you did, please share the show. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're interested in learning more about working with me, you can check out my website, truenorthra.com, and you can schedule a free 15-minute call anytime that's convenient for you over there. Thank you so much for sharing the love and spreading the word. I hope you have a blessed Sunday. My name is Ashley Michike, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips Podcast.